Native Instruments just dropped a brand new complete VST called Glaze 2. This is a follow-up on their very loved Glaze VST that they dropped a while back. Today is May 2nd, 2024, the day that Glaze 2 dropped, and I'm very excited to say that I bought it and want to do a demo for you guys. First, we're going to do an overview of how the plugin works. We'll see if I like the presets that come with it, all the effects and features that you can do. And this is the very first time I'm using it, so I'm going to kind of give my feedback, things I like, things I don't like, and we'll see how it stacks up as a complete instrument. Then, after we've gone over the overview, I'm going to use Glaze 2 to make a complete beat. Besides the drums, of course, because Glaze 2 doesn't come with drums. So, let's get into the overview and make a beat with Glaze 2. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is go into Browser, scroll through my instruments here and get to Glaze 2. And now, we can just look through the presets. Alright, so I like that sound, so we'll load it up. So I have Glaze 2 opened on my screen here, so we'll click it. That is so sweet. So just like any contact instrument really, there's the A side and B side, and you could turn it completely to the B side and just get the B side, but right now we're just going to stick with 50-50-ish. And there's the cutoff, obviously chorus, so if I want it to sound a little more rough. So that's pretty sweet, this phaser. I feel like delay would sound super cool on this. Turn the delay up. And some reverb. Alright, this is sounding awesome. I also saw in the little trailer they have that you can add effects to it. So if we click on effects here, we can change this out. So if we don't want a chorus, what we could do is we could go with like this cry wah. And now... And obviously you can turn on and off the effects, so we'll get rid of this effect. That's pretty sweet. And just like every other contact instrument here, there's this dice here. Let's say we don't really have like any crazy song ideas right off rip. We can click this little dice here and it'll give us something random. So this is a pretty sweet plugin. And then let's say we just want to change the A side or the B side. What we can do is just scroll through here. Now we got this campfire preset on the B side, so that's sounding pretty cool. Keep scrolling. Sounds completely different, right? That's one of the things I really like about the contact instruments is the A side and B side, because you basically have two layers right off rip. Often when I'm making songs, I like to stack my chords on top of each other and usually do two sounds just to add a little more texture. But with the contact instruments, with the A side and B side, I find I usually get some pretty full sounds right off rip. Another cool thing I saw you can do is this sequencer here. You can change the pitch and the velocity of the sound. So like if I kind of do a little bit of a stutter effect here. Right, so you can come up with some pretty cool ideas just off this instrument. Now, one of the downsides to this instrument, if you are a sound designer, is the fact that you don't have a crazy amount of control with the sounds. The contact instruments are usually more so preset based anyway. And for me, that works perfectly. If you're more of a sound designer though, if you like using something like Serum or Massive by Native Instruments, if you're looking to design all your own sounds and stuff like that, this doesn't quite give you enough control. But for someone like me, who isn't crazy into sound design, who just wants to click a dice and come up with a pretty cool sound, this is a pretty cool instrument. So now that we've gone over a general overview of this plugin, I do now want to make a beat just using Glaze 2. It obviously doesn't have drum sounds, so for the drums, I'll use the Butch Vig plugin. But besides that, we're going to make a beat completely using Glaze 2. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is just scroll through Glaze 2 on the Machine MK3 till I find something I like. I like that. Alright, now to record it, we'll just press Shift and record. That turned out pretty well. I just want to add another note right here. And then to quantize it, we'll just press Shift, quantize. It's another thing I like about the Machine MK3. I don't need to touch my mouse a lot. Now to listen to it back, we'll just press this restart button. Alright, that's sounding pretty good so far. We'll add another group here. Go to browser. We'll go back to Glaze 2 here. We'll keep looking through presets. That's a pretty sick bass. I think we'll use that. So we'll load it up. I think I'm just going to play around with this bass for a second. I like the sound, but it's not perfect, so I feel like the cutoff... Yeah. That's sounding pretty sick. I'm going to record that. Shift, record, count me in. There we go. Listen to that back. That's sounding dope. We'll add another group here. Once again, back to browser, Glaze 2. Let's just keep looking through presets here. That cactus preset could go pretty hard, so we'll load it up. It's a little bit too intense though, so we'll turn distortion down a bit. That sounds pretty cool. I just want to play around with it for a bit. All right, let's put it down. Shift, record. We'll stop, we'll click shift, quantize that, restart it. That is sounding sweet. And remember guys, this is only one plugin. On the Machine MK3, I have easy access to all my complete plugins. All right, so that cactus preset is sounding pretty good. I want to add another preset now. So once again, we'll open another group, go to browser. That chopped onions preset sounds super good. But what I think we'll do this time is go to chord. Play around with some chords I think might sound cool over top of what we already have. All right, so those chords sound pretty dope. They're already pretty lush, but I think we could make them even cooler. I feel like if we turn up the glide a bit. That's cool, that's cool. And then the tape warble maybe. That's sick. It detunes a bit. I really like how that sounds. So we'll put it down. Shift, record. That is super sick. All right, let's add another group. We'll go once again back to Glaze. I like the mahogany preset I loaded up here. So now let's go to keyboard mode. I feel like that's going to sound pretty cool. Let's just try it out. That sounded super dope. So let's put that down. Shift, record. Shift, quantize, and then let's restart it. Yeah! Alright, so I want to add one more group before we move on to our drums and finish up our beat. And up here we have this little menu tab that I can narrow down some characteristics of. So I want to go with piano and keys. So I'm just going to scroll through some sounds here. First one we click on. Already sounds pretty dope. Let's go with keyboard mode. That is sounding super sick. first one we clicked on. I'm going to click shift, record. Let's put this down. All right, so that is sounding dope. Now the last group we need to add are drums. And unfortunately, there aren't any drums that come with Glaze 2. So we'll have to go with a different instrument, but that's okay because I have Bushvig drums. And if you go to my last video, you'll see I did a review on that. So we'll scroll through here. Load up the disruptor kit. I think the best one is just this first one here. Keep it kind of simple. We'll turn it down a bit. So I'm going to click shift, record. Now, if we've listened back to the beat we've made, awesome, so we already have a pretty solid beat here. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out, but I feel like what would make this video even better is if I finish laying out this beat. So now what I'm gonna do is go to the layout mode here, and I'm gonna add some clips here. So I think what we can do is start with this clip 1, and I think we could start with the bass too. And now, when we listen back, that sounded pretty dope. Let's duplicate this here. So now, this could be our intro, kind of. Now what we'll do is we'll keep the drums rolling in here. Pattern 1. Then I feel like the blue group we did would sound pretty cool if it came in during the verse. Then we can duplicate these as well, and then this will be our verse. So now we can listen to how the verse will sound. Then we need a second half to our verse, so I'll duplicate this. And now we need to bring in another group, so I feel like this F group here would be pretty cool. So we'll insert pattern 1, insert pattern 1 again. So now the second half of our verse will sound like this. Then what I'm going to do is drop a couple of the instruments out for the last bar here. I'll drop the bass out, the drums, this blue little track here. I'll drop those out, and then the chorus can come in, and it's going to be all the instruments. So now going into the chorus, it's going to sound like this. Now, let's listen to the whole song we've made. Awesome, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you appreciated this video. Let me know what you guys think of Glaze 2 in the comments down below. If you love it, if you hate it, if you've bought it, let me know. Like and subscribe to the channel if you've made it this far. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching. See you next vid.